Bank of America will repay the $45 billion in bailout funds it received from the government. The move will help free the bank from government curbs on executive pay and clear the way to find a replacement for CEO Ken Lewis. For more on the subject, we are joined by Bill Cohan. He is the House of Cards author, former Wall Street banker. Should we say reformed, Bill? Can we say that? And now contributing Bloomberg editor.
Reformed.
All right. So you say this is really what people were waiting for. Let's just say I'm a CEO wannabe. I'm waiting in the wings. Now Bank of America says, okay, we'll give the money back. I can just fly out and throw in my CV?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, number one. Deirdre, put yourself in there.
All right.
This is the best news that Bank of America shareholders have had in about a year plus. It's a great thing for Ken Lewis to do. I can't think of a better thing that he's done in a year. So, this is something that the bank had to do, and it's great to see them do it. They haven't solved their warrant issue yet because they haven't said anything about what they're doing with that. But if I were a CEO candidate, if the pay issues now go away because there's no TARP funds at the bank, I'm going to be in there immediately.
But was this really the one thing holding the company back from recruiting somebody?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so, Deirdre. But these guys who want to take this job probably have a lot of money already. So it's it's the kind of thing where they want to make sure that they can get the kind of compensation package that they need. If Ken Feiberg is hanging over their shoulder telling them what they can do, that could be a problem. So this might be the thing that they need. So
within the next few days, maybe would we see an announcement?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the candidates, they've been talking to them for months, right? They've identified them. I mean, I'm sure this has been a big hang-up. So.
And we're seeing Bank of America shares higher in the pre-market this morning on that news, Bill.
Good news.
I'm sure, though, there are still people who are going to say, is Bank of America ready to do this? Obviously, the Treasury, you would assume, would have said something had they not felt that way. But I'm sure Wells Fargo is thinking, you guys are doing this before we're doing it?
Well, look, they haven't quite done it yet either, John. I mean, they've got to raise this, whatever it is, $18 billion or so
Which is a little more than what I think some analysts were thinking they would do.
Well, plus there's like a warrant component to the stock to sweeten it for people to buy into it. I'm sure they'll get it done. They wouldn't have announced it without thinking they can get it done. The stock is trading up. I mean, it's, it means that, to some extent, which is what Bank of America has been saying for a long time, that the Merrill Lynch deal was a good one and it made strategic sense. In this market, it's probably does make sense for them to get rid of this money and to carry on. I suspect that within days, if not weeks, we'll have a new CEO at that firm.
Well, let's get back to the favorite parlor game then. Who? You're saying they've been talking to them for months, but so you're assuming it's the usual suspects. Greg Curl's name has come forward, Chief Risk Officer. He's the one sort of the architect of this TARP repayment. Brian Moynihan, that name has not died throughout the whole discussion.
Despite our best efforts, you mean? Look, I think that any internal candidate is really got trouble to become the CEO of this company. I think after the hearings, whatever it was last week or the week before, I think the internal candidates did not look too good. The memos are not favorable for those guys. I think that's the real problem. I think they need new blood. There's so much talent out there. Let's bring one of these guys in and run this firm who can manage both the commercial bank, a wealth management business, and Merrill Lynch.